drinking.
Put you in that situation either.
I'll tell you right now. I've been drinking. So I'm not drinking.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I haven't seen I haven't heard the last episode. Yeah, so I don't know if you brought that up on it, but I haven't heard.
I think I did.
Okay, yeah. That's the only
in
one I
Vegas.
haven't heard.
In Vegas. I felt like it was only appropriate for that intro.
Yeah, dude, I was actually gonna listen to episode 7, but I was like, I gotta bump Juice on the way, you know.
I feel you. And I didn't know he made that Bandit song.
Oh, dude, that shit's dope.
Yeah, I didn't know that at all. I looked it up today to try to make this and saw that.
What's up?
So you were really into Juice WRLD?
Nah. Okay, so not really actually at all. Paul would play him all the fucking time. Paul and Anthony would play him. And I was always like, all right, whatever. But not really, you know?
You never heard him freestyle?
Dude, I seen that today. And I was like, hey, that shit's pretty dope.
He is probably one of the best freestylers that who was out right now.
No, dude, it was good. Like, it was real smooth, you know? It sounded like, oh, shit, this is like, it sounds like he wrote it.
He has melodic vibes. He was like really good with bars.
Do I have to sit closer to the
mic? The closer the better.
Okay, cool.
The closer the better.
Right.
You could always move it too. Whatever makes you feel more comfortable. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Yesterday. This is my boy, The Universe, a.k.a. Corey, a.k.a. so many different names. Alias, a.k.a. One Nut.
One Nut.
I'll never let go of One Nut.
Yeah, dude.
I'll never. That's too much of a classic for me.
But fucking with Juice WRLD though, yeah, dude, I didn't really like. I started listening to him because we took the kids to Flogna, and
he was there.
Yeah, he was there. Shit. That was part of the main reason we got their tickets because they both really liked him, and for their birthdays are like pretty close to each other. So I started listening to him, and there was a couple songs I like that one you played, Maze is dope and Empty. But then seeing him live, dude, he was really fucking good. But, dude, you would have laughed. Me and Frankie were cracking up. We were fucking in the audience, and, you know, everybody was, like, fucking vibing out, having a good time to him. And then, you know, he started to talk, and he's like, oh, you know, how you guys doing, blah, 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 and everybody's going crazy. And he's like, how many of y'all just graduated this year? And dude, everybody went wild.
Oh, my God.
And then me and Frankie were laughing, and then he's like, all right, he's like, how many of you graduated like 4 years ago? And then everybody went wild. I was like, fuck, dude, I'm like 10 years. I was like, we're fucking old.
Has it been 10 years since you graduated?
Yeah. Well, it'll be 10 years in 2020, yeah.
Oh, my God.
I was like, damn, I was like, we're old, because everybody was cheering all loud, and everybody
so
was
old.
younger. I was like, fuck, dude, we're old as fuck.
We're so old. I forget we're so fucking old.
But yeah, so after that, I was like, he's pretty cool, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So then this morning, I was like, fuck, I was pretty surprised. Just because we just seen him too, you know?
It's like, I think the way I reacted to it was kind of like how I felt like other people reacted to XXX
Yeah.
Like, oh, he deserved it kind of shit. Initially, though, that was my first thought.
Yeah.
Not he deserved it. No, hell no, I wouldn't think that. But it's like, in my mind, I was a little bit more like animosity driven with my response because it's like so drug driven, and he just was talked so highly about doing drugs. I knew that about him. He was fucked up all the time.
Yeah.
And he drank lean and did Percocets and all this other shit. And it's like, just that alone, and him talking about it like, I'm always going to do it, blah, blah, blah. He never really talked down on it. So it was kind of like, not, I don't want to be negative, but it's like, fuck, it kind of like pisses me off, because it's like, fuck.
The only thing, it is stupid. Actually, you know what? Frankie actually brought that up this morning. She was like, it just sucks, because like everybody's, a lot of people support him and they love him, but it's like, if you really did support him and love him, wouldn't you be telling him, hey, bro, like, slow down on that shit,
Exactly.
But I mean, I feel like that's like a common thing in hip hop. Nobody ever tells them. It's like, oh yeah, let's egg it on. Yeah, hell yeah, party,
And it's like,
I do that shit too.
No, but the thing is like, I feel like as much as, and I'm not trying to talk us up because no, we've definitely done 10 times worse. We've said racist, crazy, homophobic shit. Thank God most of it is gone in my old laptop.
Yeah.
And maybe that was Jesus Christ stealing that laptop back in the day because I don't know.
Take the wheel.
Yeah, bro.
Jesus take the top.
But like at the same time, we did a lot of dumb shit. We also talk about a lot of real shit, like shit we learned from and blah blah blah. So it's like, I don't know.
That is though, like, because I feel when I was listening to the music, like I get what you're saying too. But I mean, like, too, if you really listen to it though, he's not, even though he is glorifying it.
True.
It's also very fucking depressing. The empty song, the whole hook.
I'm not really allergic to hear too much.
Dude, the whole hook is I'm empty. I feel so goddamn empty. But it sounds like you want to sing it. But I'm like, damn, this is depressing.
I guess it's more so like me not being like him personally. Yeah. It's just, to me, the reaction was like, there's so many people dying from drugs. Yeah. Talented fucking legends. Ian Mac Miller. There's so many people. Fucking, and it's just like, so it's like depressing because it's just like we're just such basic human animals who just want to feel good, and we get addicted to it, and we're so weak we don't know how to deal with it,
dude. And like, I actually I mean, it's not a big deal because obviously worse things happen all the fucking time to people, but like we had told Paul this morning because we were obviously awake before, and we told like my nephew, because he was asleep still. And like, I felt kind of bad, and I was telling Frankie, I was like, dude, it just makes me think, because I remember when we were like 13, 14, we would talk about like, fuck, if Eminem died, like, I'd be so fucking sad. And I know, like, because Anthony's 13, Paul's 12, I was like, fuck, dude, like, you're at the age where you really do, when you like someone that much, you love them. Like, so it does kind of feel like you're losing somebody when they die, I
remember, even when X died, like, I legit cried. Like, I legitimately
I was about X, and I still am, but I don't know.
So the only and I talked about this in a video, I feel like the only reason that I really got emotional and that one hit me kind of harder than normal there, because I was really into his music in general. Yeah. But like, I was more into him as a person trying to improve.
See, I never watched any of those videos where he talked. And
and he was really like,
that's what
actually trying to be better.
Yeah.
At the same time that I made the decision to start trying to be better. So like now, I've been doing it for months or whatever the fuck, trying to self-improve, quotation marks. Yeah. But fucking, that was like the initial start of it. And it was like, I feel like that was like a big deal for me because it kind of was like, I don't want to die. And like, I'm like, fuck, I was like, I don't know. I just didn't want to die. And I knew that getting the alcohol was the only way I was going to fucking die. Like, if I continue to get drunk and hit 110 on the freeway and fucking, you know what I'm saying? You know what I've done. The dumb shit, taking random drugs from random people at raves and fucking craziness. Like, there's just, eventually I'm going to die. Like, I just felt it. And it was like, I don't know. In that, the whole like kind of month, it was kind of like intense. Yeah, I was like kind of like went through a lot, but that was a big one.
No, I totally get that. For me, like I'm not gonna sit up here and talk shit and act like I'm all high and mighty, like I haven't been, fucking up still. But like, dude, like I want to slow down myself as well, but and not for the same reason. I just fucking like, I don't know. The older I get, I'm like, dude, I can't deal with the days after. The night of, I have a lot of fun.
I feel
it's
that.
the days after that fuck me up, and it's like. And it's like I'm starting to think, is one really fun night worth fucking up 4 or 5 of the next days that I have to go to work and shit, and I don't want to do anything because I just want to get home from work and lay down and feel better and feel comfortable again. And it's like, it fucking, because it's not even the day after now. It's like 2-3 days after that I really feel bad. And I'm like, fuck, man. And it's like, I can't. Especially like not just for alcohol for me, for other shit, it really does. Like I see it affecting my mental state the rest of the week. And then by the end of the week, I'm feeling better finally. And then I jump back in, It's like, fuck, dude. It's like I dry up. I get back in the pool,
It's like I feel better now. I'm ready to go. Yeah. It's so funny because we were in Vegas. And that night when we came back, I was like tired, and I was like, man, I don't know if I can do Vegas anymore. Then I came back, laid down for a little while, took a shower, and then I remembered like, oh, this is what we used to do. We used to just go back to the room, chill out, shower up, and then fucking keep drinking and getting fucked up. It's like the moment you feel this, like, okay, I feel good, then you want to get fucked up, and then you feel bad. It's like a cycle.
It is. It's like it is a fucking super vicious cycle. Yeah, because the second I start feeling better, I'm like, oh, I could go out, and then the second I'm out, I'm like, oh yeah, it's fucking party, whatever.
I think with age, physically, it's just a physical thing. You're gonna have longer come downs and worse hangovers. It's common that with age it gets worse.
I mean, maybe this is like ignorant to say, but for me, and I mean, to be honest, I don't see it being that way if I was rich as fuck. If I was rich and I didn't worry about money, then the next day, even though I felt like shit, I'd probably be like, well, fuck it. I'll go spend a bunch of money on myself. I'll go ball out on myself. So I feel like But
you could only do that for so long, though.
No, I know, yeah. But right? I mean, I feel like a big problem of it now is like, I feel like shit. And then on top of that, I'm like, fuck, broke. Dude. Who am I to be partying like this? And now I'm struggling, worrying about rent next month and shit. Like, that's fucking stupid,
And then you tell yourself that lie, like, no, I deserve this.
Yeah, and then it's like a back and forth, It's fucking stupid.
It's such a common thing. It's so funny because I fucking like, with all these past few weeks or months of trying to like learn more and do more or whatever the fuck, I feel like I've read so much and heard so many people's stories and experiences. And there's so many people who feel the exact same way. Yeah. And that's it's always been a trip to me. It's like, it's common knowledge. Obviously, there's people going through the same bullshit as you all the time. You're just a fucking regular human. But you don't really acknowledge that or think about that. And that's probably why Alcoholics Anonymous works so well. It's just sharing people's stories, knowing
knowing that other people are like that. Yeah. But I totally feel what... Fuck, I got fucking... My shit's all fucked up. But what was I saying? But I feel what you were saying, I think you said it on another podcast about... What the fuck was I saying? This is why I didn't want to hit Abby yet. I'm already losing my mind. We'll come back to it.
Yeah, we'll come back. I do know one thing I said on another one was that like you said like, I don't know if this fun night is worth all the days after that.
Yeah.
And to me, what I had to get to acknowledge is that like, it's not even me just drinking alcohol, all those different nights of having fun, days of having fun, were they worth all the horrible nights that I had, throwing up on the side of houses, fucking pulling my pants down in front of random strangers, fucking screaming, fighting, going to jail, like all these different horrible negative nights which are probably the most that I actually think about day to day. Were the good times worth the bad times?
Yeah.
And it's like, it's like the good times could have still been good if I didn't get shit-faced drunk all the time. And I would have had probably twice as many good times if I didn't get shit-faced drunk all the time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, on top of starting to feel like I was legitimately gonna like either one, drive into a fucking wall drunk as fuck, two, end up doing some dumb shit, ruining my marriage and my entire family, or three, I was legitimately gonna be like, get too thick into like a suicidal thought process. Because I don't know about you, but when I'm really fucking coming down hard the day and day after, sometimes I get really deep into suicidal dark shit.
Yeah.
And that's scary. That's what's scary.
Yeah, no,
dude.
I get what you mean, dude. I've had those mornings where it's like you almost don't even want to wake up.
You feel like it'd be so peaceful to just go to sleep.
Yeah, yeah, dude. It's almost like it's like what happens with like depression. It's like you don't even want to get out of bed because it's like fuck, man, like fuck. This is exhausting. This is mentally exhausting. All this bullshit. But okay. I just remember what I was gonna say. I was saying, yeah, because I don't want to be a little bitch either. Because like I do realize we party, but that's why I like what you said is that when you were looking at stories, like fuck, man, there are people who are fucking so much worse.
Oh yeah,
and I feel like also Also, sometimes though, that also kind of hurts me because I think that, and then that makes me like, okay, well, I'm fine then. I can party because I'm not that bad,
Yeah, that's true.
But then I think about it like, but where were they before they got that bad? They were probably at this point at one point, and then just gradually got worse. But it's just crazy, That's why also I don't like to bitch about it because I'm like, fuck, dude, there are people who are. Like you said, I think you told a story about that dude who went on like a 3-week bender, It's like there are people who do shit like that, But at the same time, I need a better,
The thing is, it's always going to be different for every person.
Oh, yeah.
And, just because our rock bottom or something that we deal with or a certain person deals with that's rock bottom for them isn't fucking sucking dick in a parking lot, doesn't necessarily mean their rock bottom isn't as important as another person's. But I do get exactly what you're saying. That's one of the things I had to tell myself. Hey, thank you, Parker, for subscribing.
Nice. What's up, Parker Ross?
Parker Ross, baby.
PR. That's cool. I like how that popped up.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, shit.
If you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to give the video a thumbs up. Subscribe. Check out the universe on Twitter and Spotify and SoundCloud and Apple Music and all that shit. Yeah. Universe with a number 1, which I don't think I put on the cover art. Fuck.
I think you did, didn't you?
No,
it don't matter.
One of the promo ones I did.
It doesn't matter. I'm not promoting nothing. You know what I mean? Do you ever watch Hot Ones?
Hell yeah.
Oh, okay, I just started. This would be like the Paul Rudd episode. Did you see that one?
It's so funny. I thought about that. Look at us.
Yeah, dude. Hey, look at us.
It's so funny because was it last night or this morning? I was like, that's how I'm gonna open the podcast and be like, hey, Corey, look at us.
Dude, I know. I love that shit. And then at the end when they ask him to promote, I like that he's like, nah. He's like,
yeah, exactly. I do like that. Yeah. That was
so fuck that. Don't go listen to me. Don't go find me on Apple Music.
Actually, dislike the video. Fuck this.
Unfollow me if you follow me now.
That's funny. That was probably one of the best fucking hot ones I've ever seen.
Dude, it was really good. And the story when I seen it, we went to a day in Vegas just for the last day. And Adam came, and dude, all the 2 days we were there, he kept bringing it up. And he's like, we got to watch it. Yeah, and then, but we were always fucked up. So we just weren't. And then it was the night we were leaving in the morning. And then everybody went to bed. It was just Frankie and Maddie. They went to bed. And then Adam brought it up again, and it was like 5:30 in the morning. And he's like, dude, we should watch it. And dude, I felt so, like it was at that point in the night where I just felt, in the morning where I just like fucking hated myself. I was like, you know what? Throw it on. Dude, it made me feel so much better. Like watching him talk, I was like, dude,
that's good.
Oh, he's so wholesome, It's so cool,
He's like,
it made me like him on a whole nother level.
Yeah, it's funny because he's like legit. Like a lot of the characters he plays, that person that he is kind of shines through, Yeah. You can sense that as a human, like that natural fucking. He's actually enjoying himself.
No, he was cool. That I just started watching that show after that though. I was like, man, it's pretty cool. I like the idea of it.
Oh, when they're both. I watched the whole thing. Yeah, that shit's no. Did you watch the one where it's 2 of him? It's like he's with his.
Oh, that show? No, I haven't seen that one.
You'd like it. It's really good. It talks it's a lot about mental health and shit.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I've heard of it, but I haven't seen it.
Yeah, it's really, really good. The ending, the very, very last 5 minutes of the show.
Yeah.
You'll see. I'm not going to give it away, obviously, but it's like, never mind.
Good.
Just you'll see. Just to tell me when you didn't watch it. Watch it though because you'll like it.
Are you? Do you watch Watchmen?
The show?
Yeah. It's on HBO. Yeah. It's the
dude I did remember seeing the commercial.
Yeah, the dude who did The Leftovers is the one who's doing it. It's if you watch The Leftovers,
I still need to watch The Leftovers.
Oh, dude, it's very similar in the fact that you don't know what the fuck is going on, like most of it, but it's coming together. There's only 2 more episodes left. It's pretty good. It's interesting,
Watchmen. I don't know what's going on. That sounds weird,
dude. It is weird because it's a different story. It takes place 40 years after when the movie takes place or whatever. Yeah, because the movie I want to say the movie, or maybe not 40 years, because I think the movie or the show takes place in like the 80s or something, the 70s, 80s, and this movie's in I guess it would be like 30, 40 years, because 2019. It's pretty good though.
The 80s would be almost 40 years ago.
Yeah, I know. So it is like 30, 40 years.
That's fucking crazy.
Dude, it is. Oh, dude, I know it's crazy that, oh man. I mean, I'm going to be 28. What, you're 29, right? Mm-hmm. Damn.
Unfortunately.
I'm getting old as fuck. Mm-hmm. Hey, but you know what? You know what me and Frank were talking about the other day? And I do hear a lot of people say that, honestly, 30s are your prime.
Of course.
Then 40s, absolutely. You might as well kill yourself. But 30, we got another decade of cool, you know?
That's one thing that I do enjoy of being older is just feeling wiser. And like less, like I feel like more like a bitch, but less like a bitch in so many ways too.
Yeah.
Like, you know?
I feel like a lot of times when I look back at it, the times I felt like a bitch weren't because I felt like a bitch. It was because I felt like I need to do this, or I need to act this way, or I need to say this so people don't think I'm a bitch. Mm-hmm. But now I feel like me making my decision to do that or not do that
based on what I feel.
Based on what I feel, that makes me not the bitch. You know, totally me doing it because somebody else wants me to still makes me a bitch. Even if I'm like, oh fuck it, I'm not gonna be no bitch, I'll go harder than you. That makes me a bitch because that's the only reason I'm doing it. You know,
I feel that.
If I'm doing it because I legit want to do it, then that's fucking cool. You know,
yeah, exactly.
I don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Did you see that? I don't know which podcast it was, and I talked about like. Me and Danny were talking about like, what do you think our 18-year-old selves would say to us?
Oh yeah,
and I was like, fuck that fool. I would beat that fool's ass anyways. Little skinny, ugly little fuck. Doesn't even know how to fucking do nothing.
Doesn't
know how to love.
Doesn't know how to fuck.
I was gonna say that. I was like, oh, it wasn't bad. I guess no fucking little motherfucker, little skinny fuck. I used to be so skinny that I wouldn't be able to like lay on top of a bitch, like they would hurt them. Like I had multiple bitches tell me, like your fucking bone is poking me.
Multiple bitches tell me. Your bones are very sharp.
Your bones are poking my uterus, bro. I had a bitch tell me she felt me in her stomach one time. I was like, she's like, I feel you in my stomach. I was like, damn, my dick is long. I felt real good with that. I fucking my head went.
Oh man, that's funny. Wow. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, so I am drinking again.
Oh yeah. Tell me more. Tell me more. Did you drink a lot?
I kind of got to a point where I realized like I'm not an addict in any way.
Yeah. No, I don't think.
I started thinking I was. Yeah, I really was in this mindset like, you know, I'm not an addict of drinking consistently, but I am an addict addicted to drinking in excess.
Yeah.
You know? And that is really bad. And it's kind of like because I was able to take so much time off, because I was able to do so many different random things and not drink. I went to your house and didn't drink the whole night. Like, remember that? I went that one night and we were in the kitchen.
Oh, yeah. Dude, that was like almost last winter, like almost a year ago. Yeah.
So like,
I didn't drink, huh?
No. And it's like,
I feel bad looking at my behavior. I was just over there trying to peer pressure you all night.
No, hell no, you weren't. No, you weren't.
Are you sure?
No, you weren't. You were not. You were like one of the only people who didn't. I remember that specifically.
That doesn't sound like me.
No, I know. No, but it totally was.
All right, cool.
Yeah, I remember that specifically.
Oh, fuck yeah.
You and Fresco are the only people who like legitimately, I think, understand. Like, oh yeah, this nigga got a problem.
No, I can just see though. You know what I mean? Like I get it. You know, you gotta do what's best for you and like yours. You know.
Exactly. So it's like because I was able to do all those different things, and I have taken so much time off, and like I kind of found like a new mindset. I feel like I'm starting to understand I'm not an addict, but I do indulge in things and medicate myself too much.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes I smoke too much. I do have a habit of drinking too much when I drink, but I don't have it anymore. The last, you know, I tested myself purposely. Thanksgiving night, we had a bunch of beer and alcohol. I had 2 beers and that was it. Another night at my dad's house, I had 2 beers and that was it. And even though I still kind of felt those little familiar feelings of wanting to drink, I was like, I'm cool. I want to be able to drive my family home safely. Like, I looked at all the upsides and knew all the upsides. I feel like before, when I wasn't drinking, or when I was drinking constantly all the time, I didn't realize there were upsides to not drinking too.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't think about like, oh, I'm not gonna drive drunk, or oh, I'm not gonna fucking get in an argument and risk, crazy thinking a crazy way, or ruining my morning, or not being able to go to work tomorrow. I can't tell you how many times I fucking went to work and just wanted to fucking shoot myself in the neck, like sitting there, fucking like at work, hung like my entire body, just I'm sure like sore, like empty. You feel like a fucking cactus, and you just like don't want to talk to nobody. Like, oh my god, it's the worst.
And then you work alone, right? Well, for the most part, like you're alone most of the night?
No, I only went to work there hungover one time.
Okay, you're talking about when you were at Valvoline. Okay.
And being the manager and just having to be there 6:45 in the morning sometimes, and just like it worked 10 hours it was really bad. Yeah. But just having those negative moments and realizing that there are upsides to not drinking was a big deal. So being able to not fucking drink and having these experiences kind of made me realize I'm not an addict, but it's like. But nothing. But it made me realize I'm not an addict. I feel better about being able to drink, and I know I can control myself now. Yeah. So it's like, I never said 100% I'm never going to drink again. It was an experiment. I wanted to see what I'd learn, what would happen. Yeah. I learned a lot. I'm ready to move on. I'm ready to quit bitching and complaining and being sad all the time. So now I'm still going to drink. I mean, I'm going to drink, but one thing I don't ever want to do is be drunk.
Yeah, just drink where you're just getting. Yeah,
I know. Where I feel buzzed. I don't want to. There's no reason to feel drunk.
That is true.
Drunk
to be honestly, when you can, I mean, it's a problem for me at least. I find it hard to maintain a buzz. Like once you're buzzed, it's either you get drunk or you let it wear off. It's kind of hard to stay in that. But because I know what you're talking about. Like when you have that perfect buzz on from just alcohol and smoking, like you feel good. Like you feel like on. Like you can talk. Yeah. But you're not acting stupid. You're able to listen versus when you're drunk, you're just talking. You don't listen.
Sometimes when you're buzzed, you make smarter decisions than if you weren't.
Dude, yeah, I feel like it almost because it almost puts you in a good mood, but without taking it too far. Like you're still like calm and collected. Exactly. It's just hard to maintain that. But at least for me, like, and I'm guessing for you too, for a little bit.
What it is I like being drunk. Yeah, I enjoy being drunk. I like that out of control feeling when you just want to fucking scream, whatever. Yeah, but. One thing I realize is that most of the bad shit that happens when I'm fucking drunk. Yeah. And it's not worth it to feel that. That excitement of being drunk is not worth the negative things that I do when I'm drunk. No, yeah. But being buzzed feels great. It opens up conversations. It makes things feel like smoother, whatever. There's definitely positives to being buzzed.
Yeah. But I think there's positives to like moderate,
of course.
Like you said, not that I do it moderately either, Normally when I get drunk, I get drink to get drunk, Exactly. But like I get where you're coming from. And dude, I do respect it. Like when you were talking about it, I was like, dude, like I think it's cool, that you took a break and that you, tried to. Yeah. And then, I'm not going to lie, when I would first see your tweets, the way I would take your tweets sometimes compared to when I start listening to the podcast, like way different. Like, like the tweets, sometimes I was like, okay, like, all right, I get it. But then when I listen to you talk about it, I'm like, I totally get that mind state and where you're coming from. And I get using Twitter as like
that's my journal.
This is where I'm gonna just write. I'm not gonna think about what I write.
Exactly.
This is what's in my head, so I'm gonna put it out there.
Exactly.
Which I respect, And that actually, this is actually something that I wrote down. I want to talk about. That I was thinking because I saw your tweet about Kanye.
Which one?
It was about his album. How you weren't even listening to it. Yeah. So I saw that and I was thinking. Don't you see a lot of similarities between you and Kanye? Especially on the Twitter, the way it's just like it's this like almost stream of consciousness type. Like, okay, I think this is I'm gonna say it
for sure,
and maybe I don't mean it that way, but you can take it whatever way right now, and then later maybe I'll clarify, maybe I won't.
But why do I guess me and him? Because I do see a lot of similarities there, and I love Kanye West, but nothing. I just felt like talking shit. I thought it was funny. And I don't think I'll ever listen to the album again. Unless you think I should.
Honestly, okay.
Take your video.
Okay, for me, I obviously don't believe in any of that. I'm not religious of any sorts. And I honestly, dude, I had to listen to it because it was Kanye. Like Frankie wouldn't even listen to it. She's like, nah, fuck that. And I was like, I feel like that, but I was like, I feel like I like him so much. I do him a disservice without listening to it. So I listened to it like 6 times at first because it's super short, dude. It's only like 30 minutes. So I just kept listening to it.
I didn't know that.
And dude, I don't like a lot of his lyrics. Like the shit he's saying, it's like super repetitive. It's constant. God, like it's too much, Like I get a little bit of it, but it was too much. Like every song. But looking at it and based on what he said, that's what he said it was going to be. He said it was going to be his gospel album, and he told that before he put it out. Yeah. And it's kind of my fault for getting my hopes up that he would do something different, you know? Mm-hmm. He told me what he was going to do, you know?
That's true.
He told us he was doing that, and that's what he did. Yeah. And I still don't like the lyrics. But I would say the production and like the choir gospel, that he has with him, that choir is dope, dude. I love the gospel part. I just hate when he has to say it too. Like, have that gospel, don't cuss, you know, whatever. That's cool. But like, why does it all have to be like, it's constant, like, God did this, God did that for me, God this, God that. And it's, you know, it's a little too basic, much.
I feel you. Like, it's not like.
But there are some songs, dude, like, I think it's called God Is. And it's probably the most God one. And he sings like, that's what God is. But dude, the way he sings it and with the chorus and the beat, I told Frankie one day I was running at the park in the morning and dude, the sun was peeking through the trees and that shit was on in my headphones and I was like, fuck, dude, if I believe in God, I would get down on my knees right now.
Long before you cut it? Like
yeah, it was like this. Yeah. I had my hood on, you know.
Young Jesus. Probably before he started floating.
Yeah, dude. Holy. Praise be to he, you know. But dude, honestly, I think it's worth listening to. I'm not gonna lie, it's definitely bottom worst of his albums, and it's not lyrically, it's not good in any sense of the word. But I feel like the way it sounds, and like I always listen to it, and I just think, fuck, dude, if he would have wrote something better, the way he's even rapping is fucking dope. Like it has a good sound. It just sucks what he's saying. I'm like, I can't get behind this. You know what I mean? Like I'm gonna be smoking weed to this, you know, doing shit.
What if you replace every God with universe?
Hey, that might be it right there.
That alone, that's fucking lyrical.
But dude, I think it's worth listening to. You know, I mean, I'm just like, I'm not gonna lie though. I do realize like I'm just a Kanye fan, and like I'll forgive him for whatever dumb shit he does because part of me don't give a fuck, you know.
I mean, he's a good artist. You can be a fan of an artist, not a person.
Yeah, if I still listen to I Believe I Can Fly, then but I don't know though. I don't know. All right, it is. He's a fucking weird one.
He's definitely a child molester.
Yeah, no, for sure. Don't get me wrong. I don't mean it that way. I definitely do not support him in any way. And I know
child molestation is bad.
Yeah, that motherfucker is disgusting and gross. But don't think that I won't step in the name of love, you know?
Don't think I won't fucking
if I'm in the dance floor, I'm gonna step, you know? Step, you know? But that being said, he's a piece of shit, for sure. And he deserves to rot in prison.
He's going to.
Yeah, he deserves it, for sure, you know? So don't get But I'm just a fan of music. Like I feel like you gotta do, because dude, if you held every artist to an accountability, you wouldn't listen to dude. Bob Dylan was a fucking ass, so maybe he didn't do anything really bad. But I mean, if you start bringing in their personalities and their personal lives into the fact if you like the music or not. I mean, I do get though sometimes they influence what the music sounds like, but I feel like you can't just. I don't know. If you can't separate the two, then let's go back and let's start crossing off a lot of fucking artists, you know? Let's start crossing off a lot of actors. When let's start taking awards away, you know?
When it really comes down to it, I feel just as strong as I did 3-4 years ago when it came out about Drake not writing his own shit. I feel just as strong that if you don't write your own shit, you're not a fucking rapper. You're not, and you can't be top 5 or created, you know? But I still think Drake is a legend. And I respect his music and love everything that he does, but I wouldn't put him in the top 5 rapper category. And there's certain aspects of him that I just don't fuck with, and to me it's just that black and white.
Yeah, definitely. I don't think he should be any of these top rappers because he doesn't, like you said, he doesn't write most of his shit. I mean, he writes some of it, but he doesn't write all of it, you know?
But don't you think some shit can get so dark that it fucks up the art too? Like I can't watch the Cosby Show no more.
I was never a big fan of Bill Cosby, so
and his stand-up is probably I think his stand-up's pretty good. I never really, I don't know, I can't think of any.
Have you seen Eddie Murphy Raw, right? Or whatever. Yeah, dude, ever since he said that Bill Cosby called him, I've been like, fuck you too, you know? I was like, what a bitch. And then after to find out that he was doing all that shit and he was still like trying to carry this clean image, it's fucking gross.
I think that it's just there's this weird like idea now of the world and people in the society or whatever think that you can't forgive somebody if they fuck up. And I think there's definitely things that you can do that you can be forgiven for. But there's probably some things you can't. Like
for sure, dude. I don't think if you do anything like rape or child shit, I don't think there's no forgiveness. I mean, because I'm not religious, but I don't think there's nothing for you.
That's why I hate Nickelodeon.
There's nothing for you, you know.
That's why I hate Nickelodeon.
Why? What does Nickelodeon have to do with it?
Dan Snyder?
I don't know.
You don't know who Dan Snyder is? Amanda Bynes?
Oh, yeah, I know Amanda Bynes.
You know why she's all crazy? Because that fool used to fucking molest her.
Really? Is he like the show creator?
If you look at the end of like all that and all, I don't know about all that, but a bunch of those old Nickelodeon shows.
Oh, he has names on it?
He was the creator and he was the main guy. He was like,
I didn't even know that.
He's like the Harvey Weinstein of Nickelodeon. And Nickelodeon has like so much bullshit where there's just people molesting kids for years. And there's videos of like, this video, Ariana Grande being sexualized for 6 minutes or some shit like that, and she
on
was
the show.
This is Disney Channel though.
Oh, okay.
And she was on the show, and fucking, she had to do all this weird ass shit.
She was on Nick though. She had she had Sam and Cat.
Yeah,
and
Sam and Cat was
iCarly.
on Nick. It was a Sam and Cat thing.
And I think she was in iCarly too before. Yeah. Or one of them, Victorious, one of them.
Yeah, and it's fucking weird. The fucking video of her just doing all this weird shit that's like prop shit and like supposed to be jokes, but it's all weird sexual shit. It's fucking weird, bro.
That's
and it's
gross.
fucking. There's a whole. You know about like Elsa-gate and all that shit, right?
Elsa-gate.
Not Pizzagate. I mean, Elsa-gate
I was like, is that like
thing.
Frozen?
Elsa-gate was another thing with YouTube when they were like, grown people were dressing up as Elsa and Spider-Man and shit and doing like weird shit and mixing it with like kid videos. You don't know none of that?
I hardly ever watch YouTube unless Paul shows me something.
So you know when there was something called the Adpocalypse on YouTube and all the money got cut out and there were like sponsors dropping from YouTube?
I think if you talked about it, then I'm pretty sure that's where I'm familiar with it, but I don't remember ever or like tweeted anything because I don't know personally or never read nothing about it.
So PewDiePie.
Okay, I know who that is because of you.
He didn't have anything to do with the kid thing. I don't know why I just said his name, just for the clout, I guess.
Yeah.
But there was this whole thing where these the kid videos were like being infiltrated by like fucking child molesters and shit like that.
That's fucking
and they were
gross.
using the comment sections to try to fucking send videos back and forth. It was fucking disgusting and gross. But they recently did this change to where if you upload content to YouTube, you have to specify if it's for kids or not. And if it's for kids, you can't earn ad revenue on kids' videos anymore. I don't know why I started talking going so deep.
Yeah, I don't even want to get it. It's funny that you bring it up. I don't even want to get on it because it's fucking gross. But yeah, dude, look up. Maybe we'll talk about it more after, but because I don't want to spend a good amount of this podcast talking about these fucking child molesters. But dude, look up fucking Jimmy Savile. I didn't even know about him until recently. He was a big DJ on the BBC for years. He did Top of the Pops or something like that. You probably heard of it. They used to do it was like a top 40 shit.
The white guy who's like.
He looks all weird and eccentric. I don't even know. I've never really listened to him. I just know him by name. He's dead now.
Okay, then never mind.
But yeah, dude, he fucking was with the BBC and everybody loved this fool. Everybody fucking loved him. He did a bunch of shows, a bunch of shit. And it turns out he'd been like molesting kids for like 40 years. Never caught him. They didn't come out till after he died. And dude, there's actually old newspaper clippings that I was looking it up on Reddit. It was called Seville's Kids, and they would invite kids on the show and they would get a tour by him, and it's literally in the paper, and it's like, fuck, dude, it's fucking disgusting.
I know,
and I don't even want to talk about it anymore, but it's fucking disgusting, dude.
I know,
fuck
dude.
Them.
It's definitely like, I think I tweeted this recently, enjoy your life. The world is beautiful, but also remember that there's fucking evil demons out there that will rape and kill your kids.
Oh yeah, Jeffrey Epstein didn't kill himself.
Yeah, exactly.
I've heard you asking that. That's a running question for sure. Yeah. He was killed.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's fucking crazy, dude. It's fucking gross, and that's why I'm like so fucking crazy protective over these girls, and like I feel like people don't really understand how disgusting it is.
And I've seen like shit on Twitter of like girls being like kidnapped, just like fucking middle of the day shit, or not like being kidnapped, but saying that like people trying to grab them and shit.
Yep,
dude,
time.
it's fucking crazy.
It's like you literally have to.
It's like you get older and you realize, fuck, dude, like, or maybe it's just because there's more people. It's like I never realized how like prominent like the human trafficking thing was. Like I knew it happened for sure. Yeah. Like I'm not ignorant, but I didn't know how like close to home and frequently it happened. I'm like, dude, that's fucking crazy, you know?
Oh, that's all those kids who go missing?
Yeah.
That's what it is. It's fucking crazy. They probably get paid like fucking 20 grand a kid or some shit.
You seen True Detective, right? Season 1?
True Detective.
With Matthew McConaughey and...
I barely remember it though. I feel like, damn, that's a good rewatch though.
Yeah, watch it.
I do. I remember it. I mean, but I don't know how.
Because it's all about the kids going missing too.
Oh yeah.
But I just like them though. But I was just trying to fuck these. I don't want to talk about it. I don't even want to talk.
Oh shit! Fuck! Look at all these tracks over here, bro.
Oh shit! I know. I saw you had 10 ready. I know. I know. After this episode, I'm gonna hear them.
Yeah, I'm gonna show you
at least
some.
a couple.
I'll show you some.
Yeah, dude. I fucking been writing. I have like 4 songs written right now that I need to record. I'm gonna try to. Fuck, dude, it sucks. My laptop doesn't fucking work. So
you should have brought it. I could look at it.
Oh no, dude, it's done. It's the hard drive. Yeah, it's done. It just won't even. You know. I mean, I'm pretty sure I get a new hard drive, but everything's gone anyways. And the computer was like 8 years.
You need to get a desktop,
9 years old. Dude, I know. Especially now that we have a place. You know, I'm like fuck. But at the same time, I really liked having the laptop just because we don't have a lot of space where we are. So it's nice to be able to put the shit away after. You know?
All you need is this much space.
Damn, right,
that's not
little
that
mini,
much.
little mini one.
No, look at that. It's just not big. You're good.
Yeah.
You'd be all right.
Yeah. But then I would need a table and the whole shebang.
No, you would need a little space. But there's like little desks that are like this small. You'd be good. You need one because that's going to be like, you're going to be able to edit and do everything you need.
That is
better
true.
on a desktop.
Yeah.
Unless you're trying to spend a lot of money. Like a good laptop is going to be like $1,200.
Well, dude, I'm actually... Believe me, believe me, Vince. Yeah, he was actually over. He was trying to help me record on his laptop, and what he does, and it's fucking smart for his laptop because he just got a cheap one. Is he has his external hard drive, and he just puts he has all the programs and files on there, and he connects to the computer, and he runs the program from the hard drive on his computer. So the program's actually not the actual files and everything is not slowing down the laptop at all. So it works quick as fuck because everything's running from the hard drive and it's not actually on the computer.
Wow.
So the computer's really just like handling whatever he's doing right then and there, you know?
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. I didn't know you could do that.
You could do a shadow computer too. Have a desktop at home, and then literally just use your laptop to control your desktop at home, and basically have a great desktop on a laptop. People do that too.
That'd be cool.
People do that with game. They call it shadow gaming.
I might have to hit a lick if I ever want to pay for all this.
Good desktop you can get for like $700 though. That's what I'm saying. A good laptop is going to be closer to $1,000.
Houseway. I don't got 700. All right. I don't got 7.
You guys got a tax refund coming up. Right?
Oh yeah. But I got to save that for that fucking summer. That's the only thing I hate about
for
working.
Coachella?
No, because
you don't work.
I don't. It's bullshit.
Right. So
but I'm trying to switch up
CSC.
everything. Yeah. See, hey, do you still do it?
Mm-hmm. I'm still technically employed.
What's the last thing? What's the last event you did?
Fucking some rave at the Speedway. What was it?
Oh, Nocturnal? No. Was it one of the Halloween ones?
No. It might have been Nocturnal.
Yeah, Nocturnal was the one before that, I think.
Danny went. I think Danny went. I think that was that one that you guys.
Hard Summer?
Was it Hard Summer at the Speedway? In Fontana?
It was in Fontana. Yeah. Oh, you worked that one?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I think Danny told me he saw you there. Yeah.
Fucking that was the last time I worked, but they still have like Coachella and all that shit. You work one fucking Coachella weekend, you'll probably be.
I am going to Coachella again.
You work weekend too.
Yeah, come, bro.
Oh, I want to,
dude. I don't know how true it is, but I know it's always rumored, but I hear it's supposed to be the last stop on Frank's tour. You know, he's supposed to start.
Frank Ocean?
It's supposed to be a small tour that he starts in 2020 and ends at Coachella. I don't know how true this is. But I've been seeing it on Reddit a lot, you know? Like a lot of different posts talking about it. And it would kind of make sense, too, because...
What if Dre comes out?
Hey.
Instead of him?
You know what? Honestly, when I left that shit... because I was a little drunk, so like... And we were like in the middle, so... I was like, what the fuck's going on, you know? Because it wasn't that bad where we were. People weren't like booing like that. I mean, I could hear some boos, but I didn't think it was that bad. And then like he was talking, and then he's like, all right, it's been love. But in the beginning, when he first started, he's like, all right, the first thing he said, he's like, hey, Coachella's cool if I do like 3 or 4 songs. And then he did his 3 or 4 songs. He did like 6. And then he asked if we wanted to still go. And so people booed, you know, and I didn't know it was that bad, but I was just thinking when he said love, I was like, oh, okay. I was like, oh, well, he did his songs. I was like, that was weird that he asked if we wanted to keep going, whatever, you know. Bring on the next guest. Because there had already been, because at first it was ASAP, opened it, then it was Lil Uzi, and then Drake.
And those are all surprises.
It was just called Tyler and Friends. Right before it started, it said Tyler and Friends, and everybody's like, oh shit.
That makes more sense.
And then Tyler came out and he's like, is it cool if I bring out Friends? You know, and then he brought out fucking ASAP, which I was like, all right, whatever. Then he brought out Uzi, which I was still like, all right, whatever. Then he brought out Drake, I was like, okay, dope. But then I assumed it was going to keep going, you know, and I think that was the vibe that everybody got. But still, I didn't know the booing was that bad. I felt kind of bad for him, though. But at the same time, you know what? He should have been like, fuck y'all. I'm going to play, leave, you know? Let him leave then. I would have been down. I would have got closer.
Of course.
Like, of course, I was disappointed because, of course, I wanted Frank. But I was like, whatever. But you know, it's kind of Tyler's fault too, dude. During the weekend, he after a set or two, they played the new Frank songs like twice. They were just playing after. Then during his set, he like emphasized Frank's part, like, and had everybody sing it. Then they played this A24 movie Waves. They played a trailer for it, and the main song is from Blonde. I forget what song. It's a Frank Ocean song though. And I was like, dude, like, it seemed like that was where it was going, you know? So I think it was kind of his fault too for not handling that right. And I think Drake was just not. If you would have saw the crowd, it wasn't a crowd that listened to Drake. It was a crowd that listens to Juice WRLD and XXX and all that shit, you know?
They all had backpacks and fanny packs. And
shit. Backpacks, and, like, fanny packs.
Overalls.
Yeah.
Flat hats, really flat hats.
Dude, there's a lot of young, you know, because we brought Paul and Anthony, who were probably like some of the youngest I saw, but dude, there were a lot of kids that probably could have been their age or 2 years older, but they were by themselves, you know? I was like, fuck, dude, there's a lot of people. I was like, damn, it's popping.
When we started raving,
a lot of young people,
we were 17.
You know? Yeah, I know. That's what I was thinking, dude.
We started doing drugs, we were like 16.
Dude, I know.
I think. No, 17.
Acid.
I was 17. No. You guys might have been 16.
Yeah, when we went to Juju Beats. Yeah, you're right. I forgot about ecstasy. Yeah. I don't really count ecstasy because I didn't like it. You know, I stopped doing it. I
started doing ecstasy like 9 months before we went to Juju Beats, so I was already rolling at home.
Okay,
in the streets. I was street rolling back then.
Fuck yeah!
You know, underneath fucking like lights in my garage.
Dude, do you remember the night before Juju Beats? We stood up all night that night too. We did a pill with Alex and I think Patrick too.
And we were in the street somewhere.
We were in front of Alex. We slept in the car. We didn't sleep because we didn't sleep, but we just stood up till the sun. And then we went home to my house and we laid down and we all tried to sleep for a little bit because we were going to Juju Beats, but we all slept like shit, you know? And then we went to Juju Beats that night and partied. Dude, I remember that night before for some reason very vividly, you know? Like, I just remember, I think that was one of the first times I was ever outside, like looking at the sun. We were in front of Alex's house. I don't know why we didn't go in the fucking house.
Somebody give us a pill at In-N-Out.
Yeah. Alex, I think somebody gave us a pill. I don't remember. I feel bad for saying it. I don't want to say. Yeah.
I don't remember who. I really don't remember, but I
think it was him though, for sure. Yeah. I'm pretty sure it was him because he had some. He was the one. He's the one who gave me it for the first time. I think. Yeah, because I had done it before Juju Beats once. But yeah, I don't know. I never liked it that much. But then we did acid at the beach and. It was amazing.
I loved ecstasy when it was good.
Yeah, but I always got sick, you know? Yeah. That's why I didn't like it, because I would always throw up. I was a little bitch. Like, my stomach could not handle it for some reason.
Or you be drinking Molly water. Like, that's different.
Oh, yeah, that's different, yeah.
That's kind of similar.
I could maybe handle a pill now, but I don't know.
Onset.
Yeah.
That's why. It's just the onset, when it comes on, it's just so strong. It's like, it's natural, I think, to want to throw up. It's like that with a lot of drugs, ayahuasca and shit. Like, sometimes the onset is just so strong.
Dude, the onset is sometimes the worst part, you know? Just like with like acid, like it's always just scary either waiting or coming up so fast, you know? But once you're there, you're just there, you know? So there's nothing you can do.
Back then, I fucking, I feel like the first time I took a pill, it was like nothing. But then like the last few that I took, I threw up every time. Yacked.
What, the last couple times you did
The last few times I took an actual ecstasy pill, yeah. Damn, dude, there was one night here where we took ecstasy, me and Monica. I literally can't even talk about the experience on the podcast.
All right. Nice.
Like,
nice.
No, it wasn't good. Oh. It was not good. It was not good. Then. I mean, it wasn't bad. It was really enjoyable.
That way you made the face, and I can't talk about it. And I was like, oh shit.
It's just that like, we were also super fucking drunk, and we took we split a Molly and we took a pill each.
Woo.
Yeah. So no, we split a pill and we split a Molly. So and we were drunk as fuck.
Yeah.
So it was like, damn, it really made me remember like how bad like your memory is, because they were like, I really blacked out. That was the last time I ever blacked out like that. But it was pretty crazy. Good times, but a lot of bad times too. Bad moments, I guess.
Nah, it's
So
it comes with it. It comes with the territory.
Yeah, when you're getting drunk as fuck with Monica, who doesn't really ever take ecstasy, so she wasn't even fucking there, dude. She wasn't even fucking there. It's crazy,
dude. You know, I know, like, I've drugs and all that shit. It's like, it's bad for you. But you know what? The people I've met. Actually, no. I don't want to say that, because I met a lot of people who never done anything and they're cool as fuck. But there are those people who have never done anything and think they know everything, and those people are normally the most ignorant. Absolutely. Not because you need to do drugs, but I feel like it definitely gives you a different point of view. No matter what, even if you stop and you only do it once or twice in your whole life, like it definitely makes you think about. And I'm not talking about weed, but I'm talking about other drugs. It does make you think a little bit differently. And I would say it's not necessarily a negative thing. I think it's really positive. I think if I never would have done drugs and stayed a straight arrow, I'd probably be kind of fucking lame. Not to say that people, because there are people who do stay straight and they're dope, and sometimes they're even more like outlandish than me, like because you know, but or not me, like I don't know, you know what I'm saying, you know, like they're even like wilder in their own way. So it's like cool. So I'm not talking shit on it either, but there's also like those people who've never, like a lot of cops, they've never done anything, but they think they know everything, you know? Yeah. And then they're dealing with people on these drugs that they've never even experienced. They don't even understand. Yeah, they don't even understand. And especially, and if they're still going by the logic that most people teach when they teach this anti-drug shit, especially because I work, you know, in the school, so I see how the anti-drug thing gets taught. It's fucking ridiculous. Ugh. You're just teaching them, you're teaching them a bunch of bullshit that's not realistic. They shouldn't be just taught, no to drugs. Like we should literally educate them, because that's not how it works, you know, because what happens is you tell them they're all that bad, you have a kid take them, they're not as bad as they make them sound. What the fuck, they're lying, you know. It's bullshit. Like why not be realistic, you know? It's not that you're pushing them on it, it's like you're being realistic, just like you should do with sex and everything else, because that shit's gonna happen. Absolutely. Or they're gonna be presented with it. So why teach them this like idealistic world that does it is not the way it is, you know? It's not what it is.
I was definitely one of those kids who was taught like never to do drugs.
Dude, remember we used to talk shit about people. Remember when we used to listen to Cottonmouth Kings with Dakota, we would talk about shit about people. We'd be like, these are fucking stoners, blah, blah, blah. They're the fucking worst, you know?
Oh my God,
you know?
that's so crazy,
because that's like what we were taught, you know? But then you meet people that do that aren't,
probably why we went so crazy
in that category.
That's why we went so crazy, because we were always taught like it's so bad.
Yeah, because then you do meet people who do that shit, and they're not that stereotype that you saw in your head, or you do it yourself and realize, it's not that, you know. It's like
it's funny because like I think I was just talking to Monica. Maybe go ahead. I was talking to Monica about that today because I was trying to, because I told Victoria that the guy who sings "You're thinking the line in my head, I'm thinking how's it go?" I don't know. I told her one of the songs that he sings that he died. She's like, "What? Oh my
God!" Juice.
Yeah, Juice WRLD. I told her he died, and then I told her, "Can't take back the love that I gave you." That's what it is. I told her that he died, and then I said, and he died from doing drugs. I was like, because you know, I was telling her, I don't know how I said it. I said, because he was doing the bad drugs, like drinking that purple cough syrup and taking pills. I said he wasn't just smoking weed and eating mushrooms. I told Victoria this, right? And Monica was like, "What the, Miguel?" I'm like, "What?" I'm like, "What?" I want her to at least understand that there are bad drugs and there are good. There's at least drugs that will kill you and drugs that won't kill you. And that's the thing I was trying to tell her, that those will kill you, and that fucking smoking weed or eating mushrooms won't. And maybe that's a weird stance to talk about with the 10-year-old. But I mean, I think that's good. Like,
I mean, it's the truth though. Yeah, there's definitely anybody who tells you like meth and heroin are on a similar level with acid or mushrooms or weed, just does not know shit, because those are way different things. The fucking heroin and meth will have you fiending, doing whatever the fuck. Even weed, even though yes, you build an addiction for sure, but you're not gonna be fiending where you're gonna go break into someone's house or you're gonna fucking steal from your mom to just get your next hit. Whereas you'll do that with some of these other drugs that are so intensely powerful on your body, you know. And it's like a lot of like weed, and I feel like this other shit more is for your mind, you know? Like, cause meth and heroin, like, you know, like, I mean, I don't know. But, you know, it doesn't seem like it does anything for your mind, you know?
You know what? I could see there being positive aspects to very minuscule doses of opiates and methamphetamines.
That is true. You're right.
You know, when you really think deeply about it, I can see that. But it's not worth talking about right now, because there's things way more important than that, I feel like, and that's kind of just too
close to home.
No, too like it seems like there's just not enough. It's not the idea of, I'd rather meth and heroin just be done, and the positives of it don't seem to be who gives a fuck about them because they're too dangerous.
They're too dangerous to experiment with at this point.
At this point, exactly. Maybe later down, because I do feel like psilocybin,
especially with what's going on with like the pills and the synthesized, which is basically synthesized heroin. You know,
Fentanyl
just like
it's
fucking.
It's
crazy.
not worth it. It's not worth it. But eventually, I'm sure there will be. But who knows? But eventually, for sure, I do believe in like 10 years that there's going to be like, you can go get psilocybin pills and fucking ketamine trials and, microdoses of LSD. I think there will be in 10 years, I think we'll be able to get that. Maybe not LSD, psilocybin for sure.
Yeah.
MDMA,
cool.
hopefully.
Yeah.
Because there's definitely positive aspects to it. Like you were saying, like I would not be the person I am at all, not even close, if I never fucking even started smoking weed.
Yeah, look at you. That logo would never exist without.
That's right.
Without your eyes being red first,
right. That's right. Yeah. Exactly. So it's like I'm so happy that I did drugs, and I think it was one of the best things that I ever did because I was so fucking closed off and in a cave when I was younger and taught like everything's a fucking sin and yada yada yada. Grew up in Barstow with fucking 10,000 population until I was 10 years old, 12 years old. Like I didn't know shit about nothing, and everything was so new to me and scary. And then when I hit like 9th grade, I was just fucking up, didn't give a fuck about nothing. Just a horrible little child who probably would end up stealing and getting introduced to bad drugs. But because I introduced myself to ecstasy and started raving and then doing psychedelics, I actually saved myself with all that. Because in my opinion, I would have ended up fucking a crackhead, a meth head, fucking something bad, because that's the only path I was going down at that time.
Yeah.
And it seemed bad that I was raving and doing psychedelics and ecstasy. But if I didn't do that, I think my entire life would have been, it would have went down a bad pathway instead of a good one.
And just to say, like, for both of us, like, everybody's different, So, like, that's like the thing that is like thinking about Juice WRLD and shit, like, being, not that, I don't want to keep talking about him like I'm some big fan, because I'm not, I don't want to be one of those fucking bandwagoners. His but, like, the way he talks about drugs, or even the way I do it in music, It gets a little muddled because, like, you should be able to say what you say in the way you feel. And then at the same time, it's like, it's up to everybody else to, discern it for themselves or whatever. But it's like, where is there a line where it's like, should you be, I don't want to say this because I don't believe in self-censoring yourself. You want to talk about drugs all day, I'm with it. You know what I mean? Yeah. Do it. Fuck yeah, I'm down to talk about drugs. Yeah. But especially with all these, it's I never would have thought about it like 10 years ago. I would have been like, fuck them kids. But you know what I mean? Like, but just seeing like Anthony and Paul listening to it, like, or like just seeing the kids at the school all singing about it. They probably don't know what they're saying, but singing like Molly Percocet, like dude, I've seen kids just singing it. I'm like, God damn, like I wonder if he even knows, about it. And like, it's just weird, like I don't know how I feel about it. Cause at a certain extent, I don't feel like the artist, you're not, cause just like I believed with Eminem, like, you're not responsible for other fucking people. You can say whatever the fuck you want. But it's just a little crazy. Resentment
towards Eminem, though? No. I do. I've talked about it in songs. You told me you told me to not give a fuck and didn't teach me how. And I literally, like, kind of sometimes I think that, like, fuck you fucking piece of shit. Like, I fucking really feel it because now he's a whole different person. Yeah. And he's mature and he's grown and he's learned. But he talks about it. And it's funny because I've grown with his music too at the same time. Yeah. So it's funny. But no, totally. I get what you're saying. Like, it's like.
Is there a line, Is there, should we be responsible or should people be responsible?
I think, right? I don't think so. Not when it comes to art. No. But
exactly.
I think
but then what's art?
But the reason that you're starting to consider if there's a line is because you think that there is definitely downsides to certain drugs, and that should probably speak through your art as well. Not you personally, but
which I do feel Juice, and I feel like Future. A lot of these people do. Like, if you really listen to it, it's not happy. Sometimes
in the midst of it all is where you can be in the middle of fucking getting fucked up and still
and if you listen to the music, like, help people, it definitely isn't happy. I feel like a majority of it is really sad. It's just when you're fucked up on that too, because the beat's banging, like, fuck yeah, I'm sad too. Like, you vibing with it, it makes you feel good because you kind of feel that way, I guess, in a way. But yeah, I don't want to like seem like I'm talking shit about them because I fuck with Future a lot now. Actually, I used to never do it. I used to not listen to him, but dude, He kind of makes me want to fucking just destroy my life, you know.
There's one EP he released I really listen to a lot.
Which the blue with Blueface or with Blue Rax or Rax Blue?
Maybe
the one with the 2 lions on the front.
I don't know. Maybe it was a while. It was a long time ago.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, the thing is, I think with us, as far as our music goes, we talked a lot about drugs, but in a way, it's kind of just habitual. Like it's almost like just braggadocio talk.
Yeah,
we're not really saying I eat a fucking a tab of acid and go to church. Like we don't really, that's just a talk. We're just talking. Obviously,
like if I say I'm gonna kill somebody, not like I'm actually gonna do it.
Yeah, exactly. It's just exactly.
Well, I believe in it. No, but exactly. No,
it's just kind of.
I don't even know why I said that.
People rap. No,
fuck that.
No.
Say whatever you want.
There's definitely a line and as I've gotten older, I definitely have tried to like stop talking about shit I don't do, which has been like going out and getting like sometimes I talk about getting bitches and shit, and I'm like in my music, like what the fuck. Like that shit.
I feel like
the fuck, I don't do that. I forgot about that.
I totally feel what you are saying, but I've been putting some of that more into it because part of me feels like it's also like a lot of my favorite. I guess I look at it like this. A lot of my favorite artists, like David Bowie, like I would say, like even Kanye at certain points in his life, like. I'm trying to think. There's a lot of other people, but like they almost play a character, you know? True. So it's like, it doesn't like, I don't think you should ever talk about shit like, oh yeah, I'm popping Molly, I'm doing this, and you've never done no shit. I don't think anything like that. But I think a little exaggeration, a little a background, a little story, a little character, and not it just being straight you is cool. Like sometimes I don't like knowing too much about an artist I really like. Like I kind of hate knowing so much that I know about Eminem now. Like I like his past, the crazy, which is bad. I shouldn't just like that. But, like there have been artists before that I really like and I still like their music, but then I see them talk or I hear a lot about what they say in their regular life or do in their regular life, and it takes away from the music a little bit. Or sometimes it can add it if they're cool. But when people play like a character or like Tom York, they're super reclusive. You don't see them. You don't know what they're doing. You just hear their music. Yeah. It's fucking dope, you know? So I feel like a little exaggeration, a little bit of storytelling. Like you said, like, yeah, who gives a fuck if you're not fucking bitches? Sometimes the line calls for a bitch to be fucked, you know? Sometimes you got to talk about it, even if it didn't happen.
But I feel like sometimes it's like, it's kind of like cussing. Like, sometimes I want to stop. I take out a cuss word just because I feel like
it's too much.
It's like those cuss words are just like, they don't. If you say fuck 30 times in a song, it doesn't mean the same if you say it once or twice.
Yeah. It doesn't have the same effect. Yeah.
Holy shit, you know.
I feel you.
I even try to do that in conversation, and even in the podcast sometimes, like. You know, like when I don't know. No,
I think it is.
When I stream
Fortnite,
I try not to cuss for some reason.
No, I feel you though. I think it definitely can take away, you know, when it's overused.
It's just like with anything,
just
like any word you say is going to lose its meaning.
Like overuse, you know, and when it doesn't need to be, it could be a powerful word if you use it right, you know.
Exactly.
Fuck.
Cunt. It's funny when I did that one podcast. I think you said you liked it, episode 3, when I was like screaming. I was like yelling.
In the beginning,
Dude, that shit felt so great. Like I have never done this right here. Is so much fun to me. Like this has been a totally natural conversation we've had this entire time. Nice. I've legitimately forgot that we were streaming.
Me too. It's been nice, you know, because like you said, I think we talked about it. Hopefully we didn't talk about it in the podcast. I think it was right before the podcast. So I'm gonna talk about it again. Yeah. Like you said in that other podcast, I don't remember what episode it was. That before when we would do things like this, it was just like, who could be the loudest? Who could say the wildest shit? Who could be funny? Oh, he said something funny. I need to say something funny too. Yeah, I need to be funny. Oh shit! They didn't laugh at that one. I'm gonna get them with the next one.
It was a show.
Yeah, you know, like just constant. Trying to be a show when it's like we're fucking all just fucking best fucking friends. Why don't we just fucking kick it and be like we would if the camera wasn't even there? You know.
And you know what's funny is that a lot of what was in that first one of the blended we did, I cut out like an hour and a half.
I know, dude. That shit was ridiculous.
Yeah, it was so much, and it was like it got great. It got crazy, but maybe I should have just fucking left it because that was us being us. I don't know. Maybe not though.
I don't know
because it was an exaggerated version.
No. Yeah, it was us.
That was us at that time too.
Yeah, that was us trying to be the loudest,
exactly
nastiest. a little more PC though.
One day we should all do a podcast, and we should watch the Twisted Pictures videos from the beginning to the end.
I'm down.
That would be fun.
I'm down.
That would be actually fun.
With Danny too.
Danny. That would actually be fun. I haven't watched a lot of those old ones in a long time.
I'll be down. Be a little.
I don't think it'd be that long too. It'd probably be like a couple hours worth of videos.
I'd be down for that. That'd be actually kind of cool.
Yeah, that'd be fun. We should either way. We should do a podcast all together. That'd be fun. Hell yeah,
dude. Did you ever watch what's it called? Is it called The Basement or it's with Kenny Beats?
Rap City?
Nah, Kenny Beats. Do you know Kenny Beats?
No.
He's a producer. Oh, he has a show called Fuck.
Maybe if I seen him actually, that sounds super familiar.
He's this white guy. He's like I don't know, he's a white guy, but he do you know Father and like that whole like Awful Records? Like he actually, you know what? I'm tripping. I'm thinking about he's like Rico Nasty. He does a lot of Rico Nasty's music. If you listen to Rico Nasty, yeah, okay, he's pretty dope. He's a dope producer. He just did something with Greedo too. But anyways, he has a show. Fuck, what's it called? The Basement? I don't know. Anyways, it's on YouTube and it's cool. He just has a different artist come on and then he makes the beat right there and then they write something and they get in the booth and they rap it. But it's pretty cool, you know?
What is it?
Kenny Beats is his name. I don't know why I can't think of the fucking show. I've seen it. I just like if you go to his YouTube, it's probably pop up right away. Yeah, that Kenny Beats in slow tie. What's it called? The Cave. The Cave.
Cave.
Dude. Yeah, but he has different rappers. It's pretty cool, dude. The one with Danny Brown was pretty cool.
I don't want to play it because I get kicked off of YouTube. But.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
I have seen this guy. Yeah, I have seen him. Where people come and just make music with him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
I've seen something of this. Who the fuck is that?
I don't know, slow time. I don't know. Oh. They were at Flognaw, but I don't know who they are.
Damn, look at you on my recommended.
Goddamn. Goddamn. How long have we been streaming for?
An hour and 3 minutes.
Oh shit! Do you try to keep these at a certain time?
Usually, but I don't know. I feel like we can just keep going. Yeah, fuck it.
Right. I know it's pretty natural. You know, I would definitely say let's cut it if it was like getting like.
If we were getting awkward and
I don't know what to say.
It's been very, very.
The weather's crazy.
This has been a smooth one. When I was with Monica, it was kind of weird because Monica.
No, it was good, but I could totally see that. You know, it would be a little different. You know.
Yeah, it's funny. We had like a really bad morning. We got in a big ass argument that morning.
Oh yeah, because the table, right? Or no?
The table?
The table broke. Or is
that what I said?
Victoria broke a table or something.
I don't even remember. I'm high.
I don't know. I remember you said something like Victoria fell by accident.
Oh yeah, so you weren't mad. Yeah, she broke the table in here.
She broke the table.
Yeah, she broke it in here. I was fucking pissed.
Oh, okay.
Little motherfucker.
Yeah.
I had this perfectly round, nice ass wooden like circle table that was gonna go perfect for this podcast. It was gonna be the centerpiece of the podcast, right? This little motherfucking 10-year-old. Okay, I love her to death, but she sat on it like this and went, and the whole thing just fucking broke in half. And she was just like looking up at me, and she was like, "I didn't know it was gonna do that." And I was like, "Yeah, obviously, get out."
Yeah, obviously. Damn.
And that was the nicest I could be in that moment. It was but
that's pretty nice, you know.
It's not bad. Yeah, obviously,
get out.
Just get out.
People need a moment when they, shit happens.
And I was in here talking shit, like motherfucking, fucking Monica's like, "Miguel, we can hear you." And I was like, oh, yikes.
Yikes.
That's one thing I have noticed.
Cover your ears then.
That's one. Close your fucking door. That's one thing I've noticed, not drinking.
Yeah.
And smoking less, kind of, is that I feel like way more patient. And I there's a lot of the bullshit that I've been doing lately. I feel so much more patient.
No, I could see that, dude. I think I was gonna tell you before, but I said I'd wait. That's why I was like kind of waiting to smoke too at first, like because I definitely dude. I normally just smoke all day anyways, but I definitely noticed though the difference when I decide to stay sober and like have a conversation. It's a lot smoother than when I'm high, because when I'm high, I find myself starting them and then struggling to keep it going or to think of what to say next. And it's like, why the fuck can't I just talk about anything that pops in? Yep. But it's like, oh, nothing's popping in my head right now. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong?
And a lot of the time during the fucking podcast, that shit happens a lot. You listen to a lot of podcasts or no?
Honestly, yours is the first. I'm gonna get into more. Yeah.
Damn.
I mean, I've seen like Joe Rogan's like from time to time.
You should really look at this
dude.
shit,
I do.
You'll learn a lot, dude.
The only reason I don't, it's like I just.
Do you have like
my first instinct is put on music, and then I get in it, and then I just never change it.
I'm telling you, it's so much nicer.
No, dude, I enjoy listening to yours. Like it makes me feel like almost like I'm in a conversation, but I'm just listening.
And it passes time like that.
Yeah, it does. It goes by quick,
dude. It's amazing. I love listening to podcasts.
You do a pretty good job, though. You know,
thank you.
It's pretty interesting. I like to listen to it. You know, I like to see where it goes. You know,
it feels natural. Like
it's very stream of. Like I said, consciousness,
exactly.
You know?
As far as what I've done with content lately, I feel like not even lately. In the past like few years, I feel like since even before, after making music and comedy videos, everything. This is probably one of the ones that I like the most because it's super simple to do. I just put it on and talk.
I think it's cool.
But it's like I feel like at the same time
you're going places, kid.
Hey, thanks. Man. But at the same time, I feel like I can help people and like I don't know, you know.
I think it's a cool thing, you know. I think it's brave, you know.
Hey.
No, I think it's cool though to just get out and brave. Just, especially like I mean, this is cool because this is like just natural, just you and me, and it's fun.
Yeah.
But it's cool. Like I don't know, I feel like it does take a certain amount of bravery to be in here by yourself though, and just have a conversation with yourself, you know. I mean, in front of people, you know, knowing people are watching. Because obviously you do it all the time probably when you're by yourself. I do it all the time when I'm by myself.
I stream a lot.
Yeah, you know, you get used to it, I guess. But I mean, like, you know, like, it's fucking, like, I don't know if I could do it. Like, maybe if I had an audience and I got used to it.
I know you could do
it. I think it would just, I don't know. I don't know if I could sit in a room by myself and talk and knowing just people are watching. I mean, I probably could.
You could.
Yeah, I'd probably get used to it. But, I mean...
Dude, I've done it for over 10 years.
Because I say interesting things when I'm by myself all the time. I'm like, fuck. Like, why don't you say that in front of somebody?
You kiss yourself on the hand?
Yeah, dude. Sometimes I say shit. I'm like, dude, why don't you ever say no smart shit like that in front of people? You know?
I feel that. I fucking feel that.
Why is this only when you're by yourself?
I feel you. That's why I tweet. Yeah. Because 95% of the shit I tweet is fucking bullshit. But 5% is some gold.
Dude, you know what I would do a lot? I mean, I'm trying not to even be on it, but is I'll tweet shit and then I'll smoke weed and I'll go immediately delete it.
I've done that so much.
And, dude, and a lot of times it's not even bad. I'm just like, that's fucking stupid, or you're a bitch. Like, why would you write that? Like, what the fuck? Like, get over yourself.
You know what's so hilarious? Okay, this is one thing I wanted to ask you too. Okay, so I feel like, a lot of what I've realized about myself and why I have really bad social anxiety, and sometimes when I'm around a lot of people, I get like overwhelmed and anxious and nervous and shit like that, is one, because I've had a lot of bad experiences in public situations. You know, I feel like I have. Like I've gotten embarrassed in a lot of different ways, embarrassed myself. A lot of negative bullshit's happened in public situations for me. But mostly, I think what I've realized is this is all probably maybe because of those negative situations, but I feel like I catch myself over analyzing every single person in the room, every single motion they make, every body language, the reason they say a certain thing. I notice like why they say it, and they're talking to another person, and I realize why that person responded to that person. And I feel like it's very similar to when you're on acid and you're in like a group of people.
Yeah.
And everybody's talking. I feel like because I've done that so much, or maybe doing that, I just have this natural inclination to like overanalyze everything. And it's like sometimes I'm not even doing it consciously, it's like subconsciously, but it tires me the fuck out and makes me super paranoid and nervous because I'm just noticing and so observant about everything.
Yeah.
And there's a word for it. My mom told me, and we were looking into it, and it's like exactly what I think it is. It's there's a word, I forget. There's some sort of thing.
Like social anxiety? Or
it's not social anxiety. It's like...
is it just... Do you mean just when you're around people? Or like even alone? Like
it's just when you're overanalyze everything too much. Yeah. And
I do that only about myself.
You never noticed, but have you ever noticed that on acid when people are talking and like understanding the conversations, or do you not really think that? I've ever not really thought that way. I've thought that deep about other people.
No, when I'm on acid and people are having conversations, honestly, it tends to become too much. Like Oh, I know what you mean though. If you're talking about like overthinking it, like someone will say something and it's perfectly normal, but I'm just like, what? Like,
yeah, and then
I don't even know. And then it almost seems like, are we getting mad at each other? Or something?
Yeah, exactly.
Happening? What the fuck's happening?
That's what I'm saying.
But only on acid. That's the only time I've ever gotten like that.
And not even bad. Sometimes like I'll sit there and like there's been so many times where we've had conversations or like you've been there or whatever. I've been with other people on acid, and I feel like I just like will sit there and like I feel like, and this is probably me just tripping, but a part of me really feels like, damn, I understand why you said that, why you felt that might have been bad, and why this is the way, like different things. Like, I don't know. It's so weird, but like, it's almost like I think way too much overanalyzation about every single situation that I'm in. Unless it's like a small, like this right here, me and Monica or the girls, I don't think that way. Mm-hmm. When it's just like people I trust.
Yeah.
But when I'm around people that I may or may not trust that much, or if there's like, I don't know, it's just like I'm starting to really like analyze myself when I get into those situations, and being able not to be drunk in those situations or high in those situations. It's like I've learned like a lot. Like, holy shit, this is why I just sit there and I'll be like in a party or like something, not drunk, and like, why do I feel this way? Why do I think this? And why am I doing this? And what am I doing right now that's making, why do I? And it's like, one thing I've realized is that I'm addicted to feeling negative about myself. And like turning every situation bad, because it makes me feel important. It makes me feel like I'm more important than you, because this situation that I'm in right now makes me feel bad, and it's not fair to me. That and because I feel that way, I feel important and like pushed and like put on a pedestal because of it in my own conscience. And it's like I do it as a selfish way and like a pussy. And it's like, damn, that realization was a big one for me. Like, fuck, I'm legitimately addicted to feeling sad.
Yeah.
And like addicted to feeling bad about myself. You know what I'm saying?
It almost makes you feel like important. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Like, or like people are going to give me attention.
Yeah.
And shit like that. And that right there is like a huge.
I think a lot of people have been there before. Yeah.
Where you realize, but then it's like you said, I don't know. It's like you realize it in so many situations. I've realized it in so many situations. Yeah. Like, fuck.
So where you're almost being standoffish because you want someone to come up and talk to you, you know?
Exactly.
You're almost putting yourself away because you want someone to come.
It's like I want you to sulk, but not in the corner. Like, it's okay to sulk, but not in the corner by yourself. What did they say on Wedding Crashers? Remember when he says it's okay to sulk, but not in the. But you were. What is he saying when he telling him fucking?
I know what you're talking about.
He says sulk, but don't do it on your own terms or some shit like that. I forget what he said.
It's been a while since I've seen it.
That was a classic. That was one of our favorites.
Dude, we've seen it a couple times at the movies.
Yeah.
I don't know how.
Did we?
Yeah, I think. I'm pretty sure we saw it like 3 times, dude.
Borat, I know. No, didn't we watch Borat twice?
Probably. That shit was ridiculous, too.
I think that was the first time I seen a grown man's penis in Borat. Yeah, I don't think I was a man then yet. All right, bro, let's wrap this up on that note.
Yeah, so it doesn't get too long.
Yeah, promote yourself, brother. Tell them where they can go. This is the point if you want.
Shit. Just go to my Apple Music or Spotify, the Universe, UN1 verse, one verse.
There you go.
Yeah, with the one, Universe.
Just
go to Universe.
It.
Yeah, go to
Spotify.
My Twitter, at the Universe 0101. I'll be putting out music soon. Yeah. Cool. Thanks for having me, man.
Yeah, bro.
This shit was pretty fun.
It was. It really was. We should do it more.
Yeah, dude. It was actually a lot of fun.
It was.
I don't know why we don't talk like this normally, man.
I think we do.
Look at us.
We do.
Hey, look at us. Who would have thought?
All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Give the podcast 5 stars. Give the video a thumbs up. Smoke something. Drink something. Enjoy your life. Be happy. Be yourself. And we will see you guys next time. Peace.
Nice. And now it just fades out. You didn't do videos.
Huh?
Oh, you didn't. Fuck.
What do you mean?
You didn't do the promotion for your people. Your shout out.
Oh, it's all fuck. DaKidAwMe. Check out DaKidAwMe. I'm still going live strong.
Oh, okay.
DaKidAwMe. Check them out. You mean the sponsors?
Too, the book.
No,
yeah,
that one's over. That one's over. That one's over.
Oh, okay.
Conscious Manifestation. You can check them out though. That one is.
And I feel like there's some. Oh no, it's just the videos.
Just DaKidAwMe. Check him out. Check his beats. All right, later. Peace out. Let's do the intro one more time, just for kicks, shits, and giggles. Thank you though.
Yeah.
I needed that.
I was like, oh shit. Nice. That was a.